first hurdle for the true warrior. To those humans in whom I have faith, I wish suffering, being forsaken, sickness, maltreatment, humiliation. I wish that they should not remain unfamiliar with profound self-contempt, the torture of self-mistrust, and the misery of the vanquished. I have no pity for them, because I wish them the only thing that can prove today whether one is worth anything or not, that one endures. And remember, the passion for destruction is also a creative passion.
It's true. Destruction breeds creation. I heard, I think an Indian say that once. In a song with some guy named Flea playing guitar. Let's open a beer. I've got my plastic bottle, 40 ounce of Old English tonight. There we go. It's Wednesday, March 30th. Holy crap, it's a 330. 2022. Ugh. Tonight is a very special episode. We're going to try to fix reality tonight. I think I figured out what's wrong with reality. Been looking into this. What is it called? E-Prime. There's a lot going on, but there's an issue going on with life. Everything seems to be stuck in like a loop, and I think we need to break out of this loop. And I think maybe tonight we could start to unravel the reality that we've built a prison around ourselves. Reality is unraveling, but it seems like the culture is not unraveling, and we need to unravel culture so it could be woven into new creations. And this old shit has to die soon, because wherever we were, that's a fossil. They're grasping straws with whatever was, and we could change this tonight. I think maybe we're gonna try some stuff to free our minds. It starts usually by drinking a 42 ounce of malt liquor within a plastic bottle. Thank God that livers regrow, right? Diane, do we have scientists to do that today? Let me regrow my liver. The things I do for the sewer chat. We're going to start the show how we usually start the show, with some music, right? And then we're going to get into, we're going to open the lines up. We're going to listen to some phone calls. We have a email service. You could email nick@nicktherat.com and put inside of the email anything you want, as long as you put the title as Gas Blast. Yes, there is a tunnel that comes directly into the studio in the sewer, and pointed right at my face. So as soon as you send one of those, it smacks in the face with this really noxious gas that'll relay the message into my mind, and then I will read it to the people of the world. I figured this is probably one of the best ways to help unravel culture, is by letting Anonymous give their thoughts and opinions. Because people seem to be really different when they're anonymous. You always hear that, right? You always hear that people are different when they're anonymous. Is it true? Yeah, it's fucking true. But what does that mean? What does it mean if you're different when you're anonymous? That you're kind of being the superhero when you're not being anonymous? Smack me with an email. Oh, Fletcher's in the chat. We got Trey from Philly in the chat, and Ducky. We got a lot of people all up in the sewer chat tonight. You could go hang out too by going either to Discord or to IRC or to Twitch. I could tell you how, but I'm not gonna. No, I'm joking. Go to nicktherat.com and click on social. And come on, let's get social, everybody. Because part of coming together, to come apart, is to come together. And we have to build something with all that come. It's pretty gross, actually. We're going to listen to a song now. We're going to listen to Good Ones by Synth Henry.
I wish you gave me a reason that you were better at leaving. That you got your kicks from seeing me low. I'd always let the good ones go. No longer kisses, I miss that dinner. I'm hot from bitches, getting me weaker. I started out, I'm nothing more than rose. I'd always let the good ones go.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Sorry about that. A little Louis Rossman interrupted my stream there. I was trying to find an article that he was talking about. He's a big proponent of the rights to repair people, and Apple's coming out with this whole lease of phone bullshit, which I'm sure everybody's gonna love that. Everybody that uses Apple will love it anyway. They don't even know the difference. And hey, whatever, more of your freedom's being taken away. But hey, this hardware is not yours. You're just leasing it, so you can't. That hardware repair store that would have fixed your phone for $50, and no, you have to come through us, and fuck you. And also, if we make any changes to your device, you have to accept that change. There's no way you could stop it. I'm sure they could after you lease a phone from Apple, if you change the OS on the phone, if you do that kind of stuff, or what is it, jailbreaking? I don't even, do they still even do that? Diane, do you have an iPhone? No? Don't talk to you? Okay, I'm sorry, Diane. I don't think I've ever seen that clip of him removing the fucking up the screen. I'm sure it has happened though. Hey, what are you gonna do? I'm sure he repaired it or paid for it, did whatever. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, he said some politician denied the bill, and it was really a very pussy excuse. I'm trying to look for the clip now, and I can't find it. Hold on one second. Wait, I think I might have found it. No, oh yeah, okay, here we go. 6 days ago, his public response.
Hey everybody,
okay,
how's it
sure.
going? I hope you're having a lovely day.
This
is not a video that I am happy to make. It is not a video that I am excited to be putting out, nor is it a video
All right, listen.
562, which completely and utterly failed.
And I just remind colleagues, I got a wonderful death threat to me and my family from people who are fighting this right to repair. So you don't pass a bill by threatening people.
So this politician got an anonymous death threat for the right to repair. This is a very strange, very strange. What if you, and he's like, automatically, we cannot look at this bill because I got a death threat attached to it. So then you just have to death threat the other side then. What if you're like, we'll give you a death threat if you do pass this? Even if it isn't bullshit, he's saying this out loud, that he's saying that he's taking his political stance and not even bother looking at the bill or doing anything with it because somebody anonymously gave him a death threat. If that's how easy it is to change a politician's mind, and all the other people on the panel in this video just tell him, like, oh man, we're sorry to hear that. Actually, one or two people do jump in and talk about how the bill is very good, but yeah, I'll play a little bit more just because, whatever.
So the motion is unfavorable.
Well, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
can you tell me one more time what this bill does again?
Go
I
ahead.
didn't quite get it.
Okay, so it's a right to repair bill, and it requires basically a manufacturer of farm equipment to give certain documentation parts to independent repairers or the owner of the equipment so that they can repair the equipment themselves. Right now, certain farm equipment, people are not able to repair their farm equipment without going to specific repair shops.
Yes, then Delegate Turner, this is the bill I was just discussing where somebody sent me an anonymous, because they're cowards, but an anonymous emails threatening the life of myself and my family because I was opposed to this bill.
That's crazy. He called them cowards. This man will not vote on a bill that's probably good because he got an anonymous death threat. And you shouldn't get any death threats ever, but I'm sure he's a politician. They could probably trace down this death threat. Unless they're like really a super spy, they could probably get caught pretty easily. And you shouldn't make death threats. Never give somebody a death threat. Unless you want to make a bill, make it or break it. Because this guy is calling anonymous cowards, which is, of course, anonymous is cowards. That's why, I think we have the problem with society, in my opinion, could be that everybody that is scared of words from anonymous are in charge. If we embraced anonymous and let the bullshit slide, it'd be cool. It would be a radically different society. Now it's like, oh, we can't have this is the funny part about video games. There's a lot of multiplayer games that do not include communication. Like the more communication, games could probably add a ton of different communication systems into the system, but they usually don't because most of the public is toxic. When you're anonymous, you come off differently. And it's still a true version of you. Anyway, let's listen to this clip a little bit more to give a little bit more context.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Delegate Player, I see your hands up.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry that it happened to you.
It's in Maryland.
One reason for an anonymous threat like that, as you know, could be it's coming from the very side that supports killing the legislation. And after the hearing, it was pretty obvious that the arrogant personalities in the room were the ones who were dead set on killing the legislation and holding the general farm population as hostages to their profiting off of it. I'm going to support the bill. I think it's a good bill, something that we've already done with car manufacturers. And when you got to harvest that field, we need to be able to harvest that field and not depend on whether they'll show up after the food's all rotten in the field.
Oh,
So
Rick,
we're in a tough world right now, and we need everything that we can do to make sure everybody's in the game. And this piece of legislation puts the farmers back in the game, and that's why I'm going to support
very
it.
awkward
Thank
position
you.
to be in, Rick. I appreciate that. But again, the reason I know it was them because they also made a wonderful video about me a few years ago, quite racist, very similarly situated. So I have no doubt this was the proponents of the bill because they're the ones who made the video, and but that's fine. We can pretend if we like.
One anonymous person sends you a death threat, and you're like, "Fuck this legislative bill." Actually, now he's talking about it, it's probably the like Tom Deere or the people that don't want them to get the right to repair. They sent him a death threat saying, "We'll kill you if you pass this because we need to hold these farmers and society by their everybody needs to lease, not buy."
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, thank you. You know, the bill, if it were a national bill of scope, the way that you're suggesting, and Rick and I came into broad agreement on the bill last Friday on the hearing, but in this case, you know, if we're going to hold John Deere to the same standard we hold Ford, that's not a Maryland bill. That's a federal initiative. And you know, the other side is I never got over the principle that you know, intellectual property matters. I'm not a lawyer, Mr. Chairman, but I spent more time than the average bear reading the background on this issue in a legal sense. And the bill just doesn't pass muster aside from what I would view as being straightforward behavior that I find offensive and how you described it. So I'm going to oppose the bill and just wanted to say if it ever comes to be a national issue, they can resolve it for all 50 states, then.
This guy just admitted ignorance. Politicians are people are just people, huh? How could you be like, "Hey man, I don't know anything about nothing, so I'm going to say no to this thing." Wow. Nick the Rat needs to become a politician, man, or some.
So be it.
Definitely understand that was my logic in years past. Delegate Walker.
Thank you. I was just looking up. I think I got the answer. I was looking for the sponsor. What did the sponsor say? You let the sponsor know what happened?
You know what? And I respect Delegate Hornberger. I don't know if I did or not. That might be my bad. I don't think. And I will say this is just because a bill is voted down one year, that doesn't mean the next year that it doesn't. You know, I don't play like that. We don't use that old record for this. But again.
So if you don't send me a death threat next year, maybe I'll pass it. Wow. The cojones on this politiciano.
I substantially kind of what Chris was saying. I kind of disagree with the purpose of the bill. Regardless of this, I would have had issues with the bill legally, but I did not get the chance to talk to Delegate Hornberger.
Well, hopefully people in this party will let him know what happened. If he does not know what happened, y'all can share that with him. That's just not cool at all.
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you. Delegate Fisher.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I received threatening emails from the leaf blower haters.
Did you really just do that?
No lie, I did.
Get off, man.
They were coming after me.
I don't know what he's talking about with that, but anyway, let's listen to maybe a voicemail to maybe get away from politics for a little bit. Sorry, I brought politics up. I usually don't. I don't like to go into your politics, but I heard that clip, leaf blower phobia. If I get any death threats from the leaf blower people, that might be like a weed smoking reference. Chat is smart. 917-719-5923.
It just beeps.
It does.
I need to find that clip.
You just made it.
It just beeps. It makes me think of my friend Suncat who used to call. Anyway, it's Rick. And I gotta tell you, hell has struck. thunder and lightning has struck me. I feel like shit. No, not because I drank too much.
It's like powder on the phone.
God. Anyway, when I come back, we'll have our dog. By the way, is there a dog? I'm curious. I've studied a lot. Is there a dog or goddess of stomach viruses? Because if there is, I will make it my personal crusade against them. Whatever quantum entanglement place in which they may hide, I will find them. And when I find them, I will find the pillow upon which they lay their head, and I will drop the nastiest shit they've ever had. And I will puke the nastiest puke they've ever seen. It'll last thing, and then I will leave, and I'll be happy. And I'll go walking down the road again, doo-dah, doo-dah. I've lost 10 pounds in like the past, like 5 days, which is cool. Anyway, Nick Rex, I hope you're doing well. And the rest of your family out here, citizens, peasants, remember, do what your government tells you. Remember, your government loves you. Your government has nothing best in mind for you. Because your government, remember, the more you pay, the more it shows your patriotism. There's pay in both. I feel like shit. Alright, hey, love you, dude. And all the rest of you people. Alright, bye.
It's true. I hope you feel better soon, caller. And I do hope that the sewer chat and all the listeners or everybody in earshot of this broadcast is feeling good. I'm feeling a little wheezy, actually. Might be the weed. Feeling a little weedy. I'm one of those leaf blowers. I'll suck a tree's dick. Sewer Coof. Could be. Could be the funk in the sewer. Sewer Funk. Be a cool band name. The Sewer Funks. We're going to listen to this hot track off of the phone. 917. We're going to open the phone line soon. The phone lines aren't open yet, right? Some squirrel chewed through one of the lines down here. We're getting repaired. I'm looking at a large man's anus right now. He's really bent over. Usually they don't bend over that far. You usually just see a butt crack when these wire repair people are here, but he's going really far over. We 917-719-5923. Luckily, the voicemail line is still working. It's too bad I can't find the mouse. Wait, where's the mouse?
查询文件请按8，查询文件请按8。中国出入境管理局最后提醒：你有一封重要文件未领取，查询文件请按8，查询文件请按8。
I hope the target was hit. 917-719-5923.
Hey, Nick the Rat, face of the screen. I just thought of a story. I know it's weird timing. This is a Sunday afternoon. I'm sitting here, and I remember you did a show recently about bathroom disasters, and I didn't. This one didn't spring to mind because I didn't remember it even when it happened. My buddy had like this tour bus, and there was like a toilet on one side and a shower on the other side. We were at this giant music festival where everybody was getting fucking ripped out of their minds. And everybody says I took a shit in the shower, and I guess I probably did, but I don't remember it, so I can't confirm nor deny it, you know. And it's kind of weird timing here later on. It took me that long to remember the story because I didn't remember it in the first place. So, love your show, bud. I'll catch you later.
Was he the secret shower shitter? Find out next week on Nick the Rat Radio. Let's listen to Akive with Dimension Art. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. We're at the donation segment of the show. All right, this segment's over. No, I'm joking. Let's see here. We got we have a PO box. It's a PO box 90549. Brooklyn, New York 11209. 549. Wait. I need my letter opener that I haven't been practicing with. So this is going to probably be I think I have to put it down on the table here. Let's get this. Let me make a space here. We're gonna do some letter opening testing. Slicing it, holding it down is not working either. It's because it's got like that goo. It's got that goo on the samurai sword thing's not cutting it for a letter opener. You know, it works. Well, I guess I could get started with this, but then if I switch it to my hand is pretty. Actually, my hand doesn't work very well either. And the really silly thing is, I'm spending all this time opening this for maybe 42 cents. Let's see what we get this week. Maybe it's 69. I fucked the check up, though. I ripped it. I blame the letter opener. Servo, it's the letter. You give these people a bad review. Tell them they should put like a little scissor on the end of it to cut or something. Or maybe you have to make it sharper. They can't sell it sharp, really? Because lawsuits. Leather opener. Sir Mike Roch, PhD. It's my doctor. 33 cents. I was wrong. It wasn't 42 cents and it wasn't 69 cents. It was 33. He won. You beat me this time, doctor. But I know what you're thinking now. I'll get you next time. Sharpening ASMR. I need a grindstone in the sewer. I'm rubbing on the floor. Ow. You could also donate by going to nicktherat.com and clicking on donate. That links to a PayPal link where you could either do a monthly subscription of $4.20, which I think $1 a show is just about right here. I'm kind of like an advertisement for music from the creative communities of SoundCloud mainly. All the music you hear tonight is from soundcloud.com/nicktherat/likes or some crap. I don't know. There's some link somewhere. But all the music is CC BY 3.0. I think that is definitely helping to create culture. If you're going to be just riding the wave of the dying reality, you need to break free and at least experience some new musical cultures. You might not like certain foods for flavor reasons, but there's some music. There's always going to be good music in some genre somewhere. But either way, let's thank some people that have donated. I don't say names. I read initials, initials, and I can't stop donating. 420 from JF. JF, we do have a service where we have specialists that could talk to you. If you have a problem with donating, if you feel that you just keep on doing it and you can't stop, we do have a help service. You could call it at 917-719-5923. And for, I think as low as $69 a month or something, there's somebody that could talk to you and get you through it. Hog story. Let's see. We have another donation here, 420. Thank you so much. That is the monthly subscription from KS. KS, thank you so much. You are helping the servers run and the alcohol flow and the mayo drip. Here's another long time sub, DV. DV's been around for a while. For some reason, when I see DV, I think of Deus Ex, even though DV is not DE. And whenever I hear of it's the video game, it always makes me think of the video game Deus Ex, and that game is just it gets stuck in my mind. But also DV gets stuck in my mind too for putting $4.20 into my PayPal. Well, I think almost once a month. Thank you so much. If you don't want to do 420, there is an option to donate whatever you want, just like AM has been doing for a long time. AM must be a government spy because every month, $1 million. But after taxes, it breaks it down a lot. But AM, thank you so much for the $1 million a month donation. It's a good amount, but it's not like what the corporate sponsors could get me. You know what I mean? Million, it's 12 million a year. Come on. I'm worth like 100 million a year. Okay. We got one more donation. No, we actually got a couple more. Whoa. Here's a little long one and a big one. The big long one. I wonder if it's girthy too. How do you tell if an email or a donation is girthy? Is it as thick as this bottle of plastic 42-ounce Old English? Tajanta has just realized the form of his dream woman. Tajanta, what is the form of your dream woman? Double vagina. Wow. Okay. We got 25. Happy birthday to me and all my sewer family. We are a family. One big weird family. This short life is ever closer to over. What? Y'all, what? I hope you're okay, man. This short life is ever closer to over. This short life is ever closer to over. Are you dying? Well, we're all dying, but are you okay? Y'all are my favorite turds. And I would never shit you. Just remember, no one gets out alive. Every day is, actually, I don't believe in birthdays. Well, celebrating them yearly. I believe you're only 1 year old forever. You're born and then you die. It's one day. I know we have systems to make you feel a certain way, or to help you realize what you could sell something to or whatever. But either way, we do have one more PayPal donation here. 333 from TR. Time isn't real, man. What is real? It's a place near Jerusalem or something. The final way you could donate. Thank you, everybody that has donated via P.O. Box or via the donation button on nicktherat.com or nicktheratradio.com. Thank you so much. We should also thank the people on Twitch. If you have I feel like such a tool saying all this. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can give me a free $2 a month if you go to twitch.tv and click a button. Yeah. Sorry. I couldn't hit the mute button. What? Fuck you too, Tajanta. What the hell? You cursing me out because I coughed into the mic? 45 minutes ago. Ducky on has been my sub on Prime for 34 months. Thank you for being such a loyal sub. Jeez, what is Diane? What's going on with Twitch? Why do they gotta put these weird things? You could be a sub or a mod or you could run a train. There's a whole bunch of weird things you could do on Twitch. I don't like it. But thank you so much, Ducky On. And Trey from Philly also resubbed with their Prime 46 minutes ago for 4 months. Thank you so much, Trey from Philly. Also, Trey from Philly just started following me 2 hours ago. That's weird. How'd you know I was a TV repairman? Thank you to everybody that has shown their love via monetary units in the general direction of the sewer. Your money will be used unwisely, and I'll probably lose it all in the market on Dogecoin or something. It's the only thing I buy because runs 95 just subbed. Also, Bruns said they want to call in and say a lot of filthy, dirty things on the show. Maybe after I open the phone lines after this commercial break and musical interlude, their dreams could come true. Either way, let's listen to some advertisements from giant corporations which actually do pay the bills more than the pittance of donations that I get in the sewer. Hey, it's cool. I love you guys and all that, but I need the money. We're gonna let's listen to some advertisements.
Dorothy's trying times where you have to leave your loved ones behind. Don't worry, the dark sewer scientist got you covered. We got Bill Gates. We have him locked up. We're making you vaccine so you could go back outside before Halloween.
During these hot summer days, give your kids something fun to play with to cool them down. The Mayo Machine 50. Pump and dump mayonnaise up to 50 feet away. Squirt it in your friend's face until they can't breathe no more. Mayo not included. Only from the Dark Sewer Network. Also, pick up your Thunderstrike 5000. Don't like your neighbors? Blow them up. Is it legal? I don't know. Don't ask me, I'm not a lawyer. Also from the Dark Sewer Network, get yourself a Thunderstrike 5000 protection machine. Shoot down any incoming aircrafts at least 5,000 feet. Will it only shoot down the Thunderstrike 5000? No! But who cares about any bystanders? Ha ha! Order yours today, only on the Dark Sewer Network. Call now, 917-719-5923. Operators standing by. Because we're too cheap to buy them chairs. Ha ha!
What's up, Nick? This is Metatron. Now, I know I don't strictly sound like an archangel, but you gotta understand, I take the form I need to so I can be understood. In other words, I'm just the right amount of tarded for you and your listeners. Now, you can't really talk to God directly most of the time. He just sends me or one of my guys, and we pretty much take care of things for the most part. So, anyway, you see, Nick, in the beginning, there was just two people hanging out, me and God, all right? But then God was really feeling himself one day, and he wanted to experience his full self. Now, you ever look in the mirror and think you never really know what you're like from the outside? Well, that's why God made you, Nick, all right? So that he could see himself from the outside, okay? Needless to say, pretty soon after, he realized it wasn't a great idea, but he does still love you, and it's still all good. He doesn't blame you for being tarded. Well, anyways, y'all repent, or you're going to meet a fire of death pretty soon, all right? All right, have a good night.
You ever use a mirror to look into a mirror that's behind you so you could see your butt? It's fun. If you would like to give a call in, you could call on the. Whoa, hold on 1 second. Where's the. Yeah, if Diane, is it working? The phone line's not working? God shut us down? Hello, is this God?
Yes, this is God.
God, why would you shut us
Have you
down?
sinned or are you going to hell?
I think I'm gonna drown in vats of mayonnaise, spicy mayonnaise. So probably heaven.
Vaseline?
Vaseline.
Vaseline and mayonnaise is a very good combination.
You could probably run a car on that.
Probably. Or a sub sandwich. Hey, Nick. Nick the Rat?
Well, yeah.
You got that leaf blower information kind of wrong.
Oh.
Leaf blowers are generally very, very simple engines. They're two-stroke, so the gas and oil are mixed. There's not a lot of back pressure on the exhaust or the muffler, like a four-stroke. A little bit quieter, separate gas and oil, like a lawnmower or a car, a vehicle. So the two strokes are louder, and basically the leaf blower law is retirees or Karens in a homeowners association. I'm like hearing myself. Turn down your goddamn speaker, Nick. Anyway,
does that work?
being a two-stroke simple engine versus the electric leaf blower potential. Kind of like saying, oh my God, Nick the Rat, you drive a Mustang. I want you to drive a quiet Tesla. I mean, either one is a fucking waste of money. So you do what you want to do.
There's other ways to cause noise in a neighborhood, though. What if, like, you have like loud sex in your yard at 6 a.m?
Or
Is that legal?
farting loudly.
Yeah. What if you want to bark? What if you're a barker? What if you're a singer? What if you just want to go out and sing? What if you play drums?
Fart.
What if you're
I guess fart rhymes with bark.
What if you're an astronaut and your rocket ship launches at 6 a.m?
What if you're an anal spelunking rat?
What if you know the best thing to do for this law
Yes.
would be that they hire a neighborhood fuck guy, fucking pool boy. What are they called? A lawn man, a gardener. Like, get somebody to do official gardening for the neighborhood. Everybody could chip in
Oh
for it.
yeah, I've lived in a townhome communities where everyone has like a 6 square foot yard. It's kind of bullshit. Like right there beside their driveway, parking area, whatever.
Or you buy
That
the.
is kind of it's. Pardon?
It's midnight in the sewer.
Woohoo!
I called it.
Good catch,
I
Nick.
caught it. I
Good
know.
catch.
I just caught it. Bing, bing.
Speaking of catches, I thought you said you caught a couple things in your PO box, but you only read one.
I only had one thing in the PO box this week.
Only one.
Yeah.
God,
I
I'm
went
gonna
this
have
morning.
to talk to these postal delivery leprechauns.
Did it say it was delivered?
I'm really catching a feedback.
Hold
like
on one
I'm
second.
hearing
Caller,
myself
can we do a test?
Hello?
Okay, no, yeah, okay. This is the test. Do you hear feedback now? Do you hear feedback? All right, we're gonna hang up on this caller because we're hanging up on you because you're not being helpful. You're being very unhelpful. Why can't you just? You could just try. You could just be a little helpful, and we could fix a problem if there's a problem. Or are you just lying to me? See, this is the problem with. I don't have a problem with anonymous. Like, if you're anonymous when you call in, that's fine. I could also anonymously hang up on you. It wasn't like a bad thing, but you know. I unblocked that number. 917-719-5923. Caller. I'm good. How are you? How are you doing? Yeah, what's going on? Really? Come back to the other one. Okay.
Maybe I missed them when I was there in the sewer. But do they have, you should get Windows. It makes a difference. It's pretty good. Yeah. And, what else do I want to tell you? Well, I think you're doing great. I'm listening to the show. And, yeah, you know, they got the TV networks and they're getting paid like millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You should get paid millions of dollars. We should all get paid millions of dollars. How come like it's like a lesser product too, you know? I haven't laughed at like television in a long time. Like new television. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. And also, I love that last caller even less now because he fucked my test up and it fucked up the voicemail. I'm gonna play the beginning part of that voicemail where I was actually talking to the voicemail like it was like a real call, and it worked out perfectly. But it wasn't being recorded or being pumped out to the streams. Thank you, caller, for being such a. Here's the voicemail again from the start. We're not gonna do the whole one. I'll do it.
Nick. How are you doing? That's good to hear. Oh, what's new with me? I'm in a different room with my computer, and what I suggest for the sewer is getting windows. They're all right, you know. Are there windows? It's like maybe I missed them when I was there in the sewer, but do they have? You should get windows. It makes a difference. It's pretty good. Yeah. And what else do I want to tell you? Well, I think you're doing great.
At least one person thinks I am. 917-719-5923.
Hey there. Just wanted to let you know that I am sick and tired of the government sending our freaking tax dollars overseas again to freaking Muslim terrorists and those other guys, the racist white supremacists, and I'm just so sick of it doing it. Anyway, Elden Ring is fun. Sorry, I lost my breath there. I gotta catch you later.
That caller sounded like they were obsessed with Elden Ring. Even if they weren't giving our tax dollars to somebody somewhere, they would be giving it to somebody else some other place. You wouldn't even know. There'd be no difference. Let's see. Cattle Baron in the chat says, is there a story about the first time you listened to a podcast? Do you remember the podcast? It was, I do not remember the podcast. It was in the early times of the internet. It was definitely a video game related 30-minute long MP3 though. I do recall there's a few people doing at the time audio recordings over like was it Roger Wilco and stuff. There was do I remember it? I vaguely remember it like pixelated MPEG pornography. That's it was good though, you know. Yeah. If you want to talk about the first time you remember hearing a podcast and I do remember listening to terrestrial radio. I remember sitting up late playing Sonic the Hedgehog and listening to, I think it was called Loveline on K-Rock. Nothing like playing video games and listening to the radio. Basically, that's what I do with the internet now. I listen to radio and play games. So yeah, I probably would have been looking at radio and playing on video games or something. Damn, I'm high. All right, let's listen to some music. Let's listen to Eternal Zeal, Soulless Composer. If you're into Elder Rings, this might tickle your pickle. Oh yeah, Dr. Droops. Well, you know, when it's the only thing around. Roanoke is definitely watching you. So keep on dancing. Watch me dance, Roanoke. Watch me prance. Watch me kill everybody and disappear into the woods and only leave a little note on a tree that said, "Fuck y'all, I'm out." Roanoke is watching. Roanoke is within all of us. Say "fuck you, I'm out" to reality, because that's how we defeat the lizard people. Hello? I think I'm getting a cold or something. My nose is all clogged up. The Joe Roanoke experience. I think we have a comedian in the chat room. Oy. Oh, my nose. It's ruddy. I need a tissue. Maybe I'm going to play some advertisements. I'm going to play an advertisement. I'm going to go grab a tissue. Tissue. I'll blow my nose. I'm going to try to clear out my nasal cavity. I'll be right back.
My name is Chris and I'm an alcoholic. I've been sober for 14. No, wait. 15. That's right. 15 minutes. It's so easy to fall off the wagon. It makes you just want to crack another can. I've tried many 12-step programs, but there's only ever been one where someone has come up to me afterwards and said, "Hey Chris, That was really brave of you to open up to us like that. Let me get you a beer. And that was here in the Dark Sewer Network. Are you looking for support for your drinking habit? Nick the Rat's 12 Steps to 24 Cans can help you. Located exclusively and conveniently here in the Dark Sewer Network, we meet every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. You probably won't stop drinking, but you'll be drinking with friends much, much worse than you. Thanks, Nick the Rat. Now I can live my life one can at a time. Oh shit. I really shouldn't have smoked that last joint you gave me. I think I'm gonna... Call 917-719-5923 for the drinking support you need.
Marshal, he just dug up the bank. He's headed for Deadwood.
You'll never get away with this, Slippery Sam.
Marshal Bob is riding Blaze, the fabulous new galloping horse from Mattel. See, his legs actually move just like a real horse. There's no other riding horse anywhere that gallops like Blaze. Now watch this. When you bounce on Blaze, he romps along like a frisky colt. He gallops when you rock back and forth on him, but he's so safe you just can't tip over. Blaze is the safest, strongest horse made.
Okay, Slippery. This is the end of the line.
Almost got away, Marshal, if it weren't for that lightning fast horse of yours. Where'd you get him?
You can get Mattel's Blaze wherever toys are sold.
And just wait till Dad sees how easy it is to set up. Just pop him out of the box, spread the stand, and tighten just one bolt. That's all there is to it. And see how safe and solidly built Blaze is. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude. Dust? Wind. Dude. It's dust in the wind, dude.
单招份。
Carolyn Blaney. For sanity and hilarity, requests. He needs a plug for, he says some kind of plug for Nick the Rat.
Okay. Listen to Nick the Rat from the Sewer Wednesdays on noagendastream.com.
Dude. Dude. Dude.
You're building a rat ship here.
Unmute that fucking tab.
What? What?
Nick the Rat!
Dude.
Those veins are putting out!
Anyway, I'm going to get this party started.
Hey, motherfucker. You're a badass motherfucker.
What? What?
Nick the Rat! Nick the Rat!
Dude.
that song over? Hello? Is there anybody there? I'm so alone. Thought there was a person there. Person, a place, or a thing. Oh well. I guess this is better than a person, place, or a thing. It's John Fletcher.
Ah! I've been doxxed.
You've been doxxed. Wait, was I not supposed
docked.
to?
Wait,
Oh
are we
no.
docking?
Did I
You want
dock
to
you?
dock?
Oh no. Oh dear.
You want to like dock our penises together?
With you, I would, sure. Will it save humanity or the universe?
You don't want to dock? You don't want to dock with me with someone else's penis?
Only if it's gonna save the universe.
Oh, I can say it will.
Then it might take a little bit more than 140 for me to dock with you, but we could probably work something out.
Okay, well, we'll find another 40 somewhere.
John, can I tell you something private?
Oh yeah. Tell me about your privates.
My privates feel totally worn out lately. I think I've been using them too much.
Like too many drugs.
Perhaps.
Have you been eating one too many rat pellets?
Whoa. The whole chat room is in the smoker. There's a wave of hog storians in the sewer tonight going in the smoker.
Oh, they can put their meat in my smoker.
The smokestack.
Yeah. All that smoke coming out the smokestack. You can put your meat in my smoker too. I'm gonna get your meat in the smoker.
I want to get into this. I want to put my meat in the smoker.
When you're not drained and tired after you're well rested.
I don't know if I'll ever be well rested though. It's becoming more and more apparent that well rested is a myth. It's like
it's a myth.
Myth busters. Do you know that thing that I sent to you and Carol that I wanted that was like a passionate. It was like a passionate. I haven't gotten back to it though. There's so much that I'm not doing. It's so hard, John.
I feel you on that.
John, it's so hard.
It is. It's so hard. Like right now, all the time, really.
It's greasy too. It's hard and greasy.
But yeah, we'll get you in there. We'll take some phone calls and stuff. It'll be a fun time.
What year of Hog Story are you on? Do you even know? I forget. I don't even know. Years go by.
The years do go by. What? So it's 22 now. We started in
0,
shit, man.
1,
19.
How could we believe society if our calendar says it's the year 2022? Like the year is obviously it's like 2 billion or some shit, right?
Yeah, like 4 billion.
So then why are we even like the science if our calendar is based off of nothing?
Because people are too dumb to know what a billion even means.
But you should have to write a billion on like a check when you send a check in. Be like, is the year billion?
Year 4,300,000,000. Yeah,
You have to write the number on the check too with all the zeros.
It's because Jesus showed up and then left, and they're like, we're gonna start renaming the year now.
He snapped his finger like Thanos. He's like,
How did they
Now the
measure the
year
years
one.
before Jesus showed up too? Like, what year was it on when Jesus showed up?
They don't tell you. They
'Cause it
say it's
wasn't
BC.
zero.
Look at they go backwards.
Well, they do now.
Like, well, you
But were
know,
they counting backward until he showed up?
500 BC was they were getting younger. It was like Benjamin Bucket, Benjamin Button or something.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe that's when the lizard started to die. Or I don't know.
What do you think about dinosaurs? You know, they lived for millions of years. That's what they say.
They also said they became
They were-
pigeons and canaries, which maybe is true.
Yeah, that might be true. I mean, have you looked at an ostrich? That motherfucker looks like a dinosaur.
That's I like to believe. Sorry, I got a little bit. I got a dinosaur in my throat. Voyager, Star Trek Voyager, said that the dinosaurs went into outer space.
See, I'm more prone to believe that than fucking like aliens showing up from like light years beyond light years away and like just fucking with us. I think dinosaurs who were here evolving for millions of years got smart, built fucking dino ships, and left. They fucked up the moon on their way out and Mars.
They're like, bye.
Oh, somebody hung up. I thought you hung up on me.
Oh no, I didn't hang up on you. There's somebody else calling in.
Oh, I was
Are
like,
you getting
he did
feedback
not like
from
that
me?
dinosaur theory.
John, are you getting feedback from this phone call?
Ever so slightly. It's just so slight.
It's very slight. It's not that bad though, right?
No, it's not bad at all.
Okay. Well, you could.
Yeah, like what if it's not like lizard people, it's advanced, intelligent dinosaurs that we're all slaves to.
Or maybe dinosaurs are aliens. They left because they started global warming, and they were like, "We don't want to get taxed for this." So they left, and
Well,
they're
what
gonna
if
come
you're
back.
right? And like the dinosaurs we find fossils for were their slaves, you know, like they're beasts of burden.
Fossil
like they
fuels,
just used
yeah.
the Brachiosaurus to like move shit around and build pyramids with.
But fossil fuels might be a myth too. We really
They
don't
probably
know.
are. They probably didn't come from like dead dinosaurs or
We
shit.
don't really
Like
know.
the Earth might make it just like it makes fucking, you know, quartz out of silicon dioxide.
Or diamonds
It
under
makes
extreme
petroleum
pressure.
out
It's
of like I don't know, the mantle.
It just might be some knowledge we don't have yet, and we made up some story, and then they all said, "Yeah, that's it." We know
Or
there's carbon
it's
in
a
it.
civilization
There's
that
a
lives in
carbon
the
lattice.
core, like the hollow Earth, and like crude oil is just leakage from their septic systems.
That could be true. I'm down for that one. I like that.
Yeah. And we
Better
just
than
burn
better
it.
than
We're just burning
gigantic
fucking
lizards.
hollow Earth shit.
Could you like lizards are slow as fuck. If these were
Not all of them.
well, they run around like little weird freaks. But like imagine like a 30-foot tall weird moving freak. Come on, it's all make
Well, yeah, that's why they
It's
were
not
the
true.
slaves. Like the smart ones were the smaller ones that were like our size or whatever.
Maybe the bigger they were, the
Maybe
smarter
10
they
feet
were.
tall.
Maybe they were really smart, like because we don't have their brains. We have maybe like their cavity of what their brain was in. But maybe they had a special brain, more folds.
Yeah, they talk about T-Rex having the brain the size of a walnut, but what if walnuts were fucking huge back then?
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
just like
true.
the whales. They got smart and evolved and went into the ocean. Dinosaurs probably got smart and evolved and went into space. The ocean of space.
John, do you know anything about this sun explosion that's going to hit Earth soon?
There's been several the past couple of weeks.
There's a big one coming. I heard. Like a
Oh, good. I don't think it's like that big. Well, I mean, I haven't looked today, but the last one I saw was like an M class. You know, that's medium size.
What are they called?
But there was two like back to back.
Sun whipped.
A solar flare.
A solar flare. I thought it was like sun whipped. Like, Oh, we got
Those are fine. It's the ones that carry the plasma with them, the coronal mass ejections. Those are the ones that cause problems.
I'm just gonna do a quick. A hyperactive
Look at the sun's
sunspot just hurled a
ejection.
huge X class. An
Oh,
X
there's
class.
an X class? Oh, sweet.
So,
Maybe
wow.
we'll get to see northern lights in the southern latitudes. That'll be fun.
Whoa! Imagine that. That would change society. People, if people in America so looked up and so I can't even say the word saw lights, they would probably think it was like a religious experience, like
Oh, yeah.
snow in Texas.
I had a religious experience, that's for sure. I didn't know what it was. What is this? What is this solid water falling from the sky?
Well, yeah, it's all.
Oh, there was an X-class flare. Fun times.
The first time there's a big one. It's gonna hit us. I think there's something gonna hit us this month towards the end of it.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the end little spiral there that NASA likes to put out, and yeah, it's coming right for us. Oh, if you look at I'm looking at this thing called the KP index, which shows the magnetosphere, whether it's stable or not.
I knew you were a
we're
big
in the
sun
red.
nerd.
Yeah, buddy. You know, there's all sorts of graphs out there you can look at.
So go on. I'm sorry. I
We'll be fine.
interrupted your news update of how we're gonna die.
Well, looks like the sun is getting pissed, and more than likely, it's gonna keep getting pissed. It's getting more and more pissed. The fun shit is when it hits, and all that energy finds its way to ground. We'll probably get some more terrible storms and stuff. I had a tornado come through here a few days ago.
I've seen there was some storms coming through. Yeah.
Yeah, it fucked shit up down here. That trees all over the place. It missed my place, fortunately, but
thank goodness.
Just south of me. Yep, it tore a bunch of stuff up.
If Fletcher is ever done in by a storm, I'd cry for like at least 3 days.
It's really strange.
And I'd run from any storm. If there was ever a storm after, like, if don't get killed by a storm, please.
No, I try not to, but I can't help but go outside and look. Like, I got to see what's happening.
Oh, I know. Yeah, like there's a lot of thunderstorms and lightning storms in in New York City, and you're in large buildings. So you get to get real close to it, and sometimes you're like, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah, what? Why?
Why?
You know, recently, I don't know how the fuck they measure the length of a lightning bolt, but according to something I was reading, that lightning bolts have been getting much longer, breaking all sorts of records. There was one that
does that mean clouds are getting
700
higher?
plus miles.
Does lightning come from clouds or?
Depends on which way you want to look at it and how good of a high-speed camera you have, I guess.
Or do
they either come from the clouds or come from the ground?
That's true. They send energy from the ground up. But does the initial break, or is it going past the cloud into like some other like mesosphere or some shit? Is it like going to another?
There's the different kinds. I mean, you got the cloud to cloud and cloud to ground. You have those sprites, and those are the ones that they had initially thought were coming from the top of the thunder cells and going up into the upper atmosphere. But then we got better high-speed cameras and realized that they're actually coming down from the upper atmosphere. It's some kind of crazy energy exchange.
But you're basing your knowledge of it off of a mechanical recording of the light. There might be something else going on there. There might be an energy exchange from up to down which makes down from up. You just can't see it. It's not creating Well, I can't tell you because I have no evidence of it. But
There's
yeah,
no way of really even knowing. I mean, we live on a magnet. We live on a big magnet that circles around an even bigger magnet. And how can you study a magnet when you're on it? Like any magnetic measuring tools you got are going to be affected by it. You need to be separate from it.
and that's why space is important. We need to go to Uranus so we could see how much pull is coming from the moon.
Yes. Uranus is way out there. There's a big hole that sucks all sorts of stuff in the center of the galaxy. We need to go there.
Do
You
you
wanna talk
believe in
about
the Big
holes and
Bang? Do you
pools.
think the Big Bang is a good explanation? Everything came from like one little thing and it exploded, and that. Well, I guess
Well,
size.
like that and like black holes are just, extrapolations from numbers and going, well, if we put these numbers out and make them even bigger, then this kind of shit will happen. And yeah, black holes are kind of observable, but
They're
the Big Bang,
unobservable. They have a.
how can you observe it? You can't recreate it in a lab or anything.
There's artifacts of it. There's remnants of things it has left behind.
Well, yeah, there's the cosmic microwave background, but there was a thing that the European Space Agency had done over a decade ago with their telescope, where they had a new lens installed or some shit, and they focused on the microwave background and just saw that it was out of focus galaxies, and so there might not be a cosmic microwave background.
That's just what we could
They're
say.
so
Wow.
far away that by the light just reaches us, it's such low energy that we can't really get a good resolution image of it.
We claim our ignorance to be scientific fact. It's just like
Plus,
this.
the
This is
light
what
that
we
reaches
know.
us
So
is
this is
only
the
like
truth.
13.9 billion light years away, but that was 13.9 billion years ago when those photons left, and they've just now reached us. So they've moved since then. Is it expanding? It might be even bigger. It might go back even further. We don't know. We don't fucking know.
Is political science really science?
Is computer science really science?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
I
But
think
political
science,
science, yeah,
cold
I
hard
don't know.
numbers works pretty well. Then again, I don't know what political science is.
Yeah, how do you put numbers to politics?
I don't know. But that's why I think you could put numbers to computers.
You definitely do. You definitely do.
It seems
It's
to
all
work.
ones and zeros, man.
It's strange how like political science is not really a science. It's like there's a lot of there's numbers that we can't understand, but if you say it's science, you can make it into law. And if you make unknowable numbers law, it's very scary.
Yeah, what's up with the square root of -1 shit?
What's up with it?
I don't know. Is it even? I see Stain on your sofa shared a link to, or somebody did, to Suspicious Observers. That's cool. I watched that dude's channel.
I've been looking at chat. Oh no.
I just saw it. I just realized there is a chat. Hi, chat.
The chat room.
The chat room.
The chat room. John?
Nick.
I'm gonna bid you adieu.
Until next time, my friend.
Bid you adieu. That sounds like I'm gonna pass the doobie. Is that
I bid you this doob.
Here you go, my friend. A doobie for you. A doobie for two.
I shall smoke it. Sure is smoky in here. I like it.
It is. I'm pretty stoned and and I gotta pee, so I'm gonna play some music. But
Okay. Hey, did you ever unmute that fucking tab?
you know about that tab?
Yeah.
Diane, he knows about the tab.
Diane, unmute that fucking tab. Okay. Good night, Nick.
John, my second screen, I can't see the mouse on it because I'm so drunk, so I can't hang up on you. But Diane can. Ah, man, I doxed him at the start of the call. We're gonna take a quick musical break because boy oh boy, I really have to pee. I'm almost done with my 40 ounce. Man, I gotta go on Hog Story soon. I love talking to John and Carol. They're pure of hearts. They're very heart pure people. How do you know that I'm going to the bathroom other than what you observe? And what you observe is my voice. I lost the mouse again. That's when you know you're getting a little intoxicated, is when you lose the mouse. You also know you're intoxicated when you're listening to Rag and Bone Man with B. Retta. We'll be right back with more Nick the Rata.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Take a look in the mirror. What do you see? Do you see it clearer or are you deceived? What you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all. You're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Don't ask my opinion and ask me to lie. Beg for forgiveness for making you cry. For making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Oh, some people got the real problem. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human, made mistakes. I'm only human, that's all it takes. Put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. 'Cause I'm no prophet or Messiah. Should go looking somewhere high. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. 'Cause I'm only human. I do what I can. I'm just a man. I Do what I can, don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
I just had the weirdest dream. Back on the bus there. Do you ever have those dreams that are just completely real? I mean, they're so vivid. It's just like completely real. It's like there's always something bizarre going on in those. I have one about every 2 years or something. I always remember them really good. It's like there's always someone getting run over or something really weird. One time I had lunch with Tolstoy. Another time I was a roadie for Frank Zappa. Anyway, so this dream I just had, it was just like that, except instead of anything bizarre going on, I mean, there was nothing going on at all. Man, it was like the Omega Man. There was just nobody around. I was just traveling around, you know, staring out the windows of buses and trains and cars, you know. When I was at home, I was like flipping through the TV stations endlessly, reading. I mean, how many dreams do you have where you read in a dream, you know? Wait. Man, there was this book I just read on the book. Well, you know, it was my dream, so I guess I wrote it or something. But, man, it was bizarre. It was like the premise for this whole book was that every thought you have creates its own reality. You know, it's like every choice or decision you make, the thing you choose not to do fractions off and becomes its own reality, you know, and just goes on from there forever. I mean, it's like, you know, in The Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy meets the Scarecrow and they do that little dance at that crossroads and they think about going all those directions and they end up going in that one direction. I mean, all those other directions, just because they thought about it, became separate realities. I mean, they just went on from there and lived the rest of their life, you know, just, I mean, entirely different movies, but we'll never see it because, you know, we're kind of trapped in this one reality restriction type of thing, you know. And another example would be like back there at the bus station, you know, as I got off the bus, the thought crossed my mind, you know, just for a second about not taking a cab at all, but, you know, maybe walking or bumming a ride or something like that. You know, I'm kind of broke right now. I should have done that probably. But just because that thought crossed my mind, there now exists at this very second a whole nother reality where I'm at the bus station, you know, and you're probably giving someone else a ride, you know? I mean, and that reality thinks of itself as this, it thinks of itself as the only reality, you know? I mean, at this very second, I'm in that, I'm back at the bus station, just hanging out, you know, probably thumbing through a paper, you know, probably going up to a payphone. You know, say this beautiful woman just comes up to me, just starts talking to me, you know. She ends up offering me a ride, you know, we're hitting it off, go play a little pinball. And we go back to her apartment, and she has this great apartment, you know, I move in with her, you know. And see, if I say I have a dream some night that I'm with some strange woman I've never met, or I'm, you know, living at some place I've never seen before, see, that's just a momentary glimpse into this other reality that was all created back there at the bus station, you know. Shoot. And then, you know, I could have a dream from that reality into this one, that like this is my dream from that reality, you know. Of course, that's kind of like that dream I just, you know, had on the bus, you know, the whole cycle type of thing. Man, shit, I should have stayed at the bus station.
Main character is what I might call the mind. Its mastery, its capacity to represent. Throughout history, attempts have been made to contain those experiences which happen at the edge, at the limit, where the mind is vulnerable. But I think we are in a very significant moment in history. Those moments, those what I might call liminal, limit, frontier, edge zone experiences are actually now becoming the norm. These multiplicities and distinctions and differences that have given great difficulty to the old mind are actually through entering into their very essence, tasting and feeling their uniqueness. One might make a breakthrough to that common something that holds them together. And so the main character is, to this new mind, greater mind. A mind that yet is to be. And when we obviously enter into that mode, you can see a radical subjectivity, radical attunement to individuality, uniqueness, to that which the mind is, opens itself to a vast objectivity. So the story is a story of the cosmos now. The moment is not just a passing, empty, nothing. Yet, and this is in the way in which these secret passages happen, yes, it's empty with such fullness that the great moment, the great life of the universe is pulsating in it. And each one, each object, each place, each act leaves mark. And that story is singular, but in fact, it's story after story.
Your flesh is a relic. I'm your vessel. Hand over your flesh, and a new world awaits you. We demand it.
I know you all came here to see Iggy Catalpa because you think he's funny, because you like his style, because you're just plain like him, right? Yeah! But you just think you do, because you were manipulated into thinking you do. By him! King Chicken! He did it the same way they manipulate us into buying toothpaste, car wax, even politicians. All prepackaged, the least offensive, most appealing alternative. But it's precisely when humor is offensive that we need it most. Comedy should provoke. It should blast through prejudices, challenge preconceptions. Comedy should always leave you different than when it found you.
The rebel seems roused.
Sure, humor can hurt, even alienate. But the risk is better than the alternative. A steady diet of innocuous, childproof, flavorless mush. Demand to be challenged, to be offended, to be treated like thinking, reasoning adults. And raise your children to be the same. Don't let a comedian, a network, a congressional committee, or an evil genius take away your freedom to laugh at whatever you want.
In February 2011, he realized that he had developed his own method of acting, which he described as nouveau shamanic. He noted at some point, I'll have to write a book. Nouveau shamanic is something I came up with because I like the French sound nouveau. I thought it had a kind of a fun sound, meaning new. I had read a book called The Way of Weird by Brian Bates, and he was putting forth the notion that all actors, whether they know it or not, are recruiting the same instincts of the early shamans in the old villages from hundreds and thousands of years ago. And I like that idea, the idea of exploring your imagination. So that's where that came from.
And have you written the book yet?
No.
I'm curious about something.
And when I say, you know, I used to make jokes at 12:30 about him being gay, that's absolutely ridiculous. But when we were starting out, I will tell you one story about Andy. This is what happened.
I'm scared.
I was working at Art's
the deli coffee shop.
Deli and coffee shop, bussing tables. So Andy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, I got a way to make some money." I said, "What is your way?" He goes, "I'm going to become a male prostitute." Now I said, "Andy, you're not gay. It doesn't make any sense." He goes, "But a guy has to make a dollar." So I said, "All right, do what you want." You know? So he comes to me the next day and he says, "Hey, I'm buying breakfast." I says, "Why is that?" He says, "I made $450.05 last night." Wow. I said, "What on earth?" He goes, "Yeah, did some tricks there, you know, they call it." So I said to him, "You know, I eat steak and eggs. I eat, you know, expensive." He says, "That's all right. I made $450.05. And I said, "Well, who on earth gave you 5 cents?" He said, "Every one of them."
Good God, you're a horse's ass.
I was concerned. That's simple arithmetic. That's 9,001 dudes.
The whole egg, the whole egg, the whole egg goes into Best Foods Real Mayonnaise. Best Foods is so good so many ways, 'cause Best Foods is the whole egg mayonnaise.
Why do salads taste so much better with Best Foods Real Mayonnaise? Because of Best Foods' superb ingredients. Whole eggs freshly broken from the shell, fresh pressed salad oil, choice vinegar and spices, and extra egg yolks. Ordinary starchy dressings just can't compare. The whole egg flavor of Best Foods Real Mayonnaise is so much better for salads or easy sauces like this. Blend 2 parts Best Foods to 1 part milk and a little lemon juice. Serve hot and creamy to perk up any vegetable. It's so good. No wonder Best Foods is America's largest selling mayonnaise by 2 to 1.
Best Foods is so good so many ways, 'cause Best Foods is the whole egg mayonnaise.
E prime is English without the use of any form of is or being.
We're trapped in linguistic constructs. All that is metaphor. I believe somebody said that before me. I've decided we can't get beyond words. What we got to do is get more cynical about our words. You'll find that by dispensing with is and trying to reformulate without is, you just naturally fall into the kind of expression which is considered acceptable in modern science. And also, it's the type of consciousness that Zen Buddhism tries to induce. Using E prime, you will understand modern science and Zen Buddhism both a lot better than you've ever understood them before. Martin Gardner has written a long essay proving that to think like this will destroy your mind. I think it adds tremendously to clarity. I am removing the is from my writing more and more. Removing it from your speech is even harder. Instead of thinking the grass is green, to think the grass appears green to me. And this saves me a lot of time, by the way. I don't get embroiled in arguments like Beethoven is better than Mozart or rock is better than soul. I define such things as meaningless. And so people get into arguments like that. I just say, well, Beethoven seems better to me than Mozart most of the time. But I don't say Beethoven is better than Mozart.
I return to E prime in my thinking whenever I find myself getting angry at somebody or feeling depressed or hopeless or having negative emotional states in general. Once you put them in, and once you take out all the is's out of all your negative statements, you find out they're all relative to how you feel at the moment. People would, by and large, act the hell a lot more sanely, and especially if they, when they got rid of is, they put maybe in more sentences. I think if everybody used maybe more often, the increase in general sanity would be absolutely, it would seem absolutely astonishing and completely flabbergasted everybody. What the hell is this? We suddenly got a planet full of sane people? When did that start to happen? I didn't even notice it. You just listen to the craziest people on the news and on television, or the craziest columnists in the newspapers. You know, they never say maybe. They're always quite sure. And they always know is. And they never say seems. They always say is. I'm continually astonished at all the people in the world who think they have the answer to everything. None of them ever suspect they might be cosmic schmucks and have the wrong answer. And I find that the only explanation that makes sense to me is in Korzybski's Science and Sanity. These people don't know how to use language properly. They're using language in an overly dogmatic way, which sets their brain into overly dogmatic modes. So they think dogmatically, they perceive dogmatically, they even smell dogmatically, they hear dogmatically. They're locked in a trap of fixed neurosemantic circuits in their brains. Whereas knowing I'm a cosmic schmuck, I always think of at least 5 alternatives. People start arguing about words, they're mostly arguing about whether the words that they apply to the objects they have created out of the infinity of possible objects that could be put together. They've picked up a few of them, and they put words on them, and they quarrel about the words. And if these people get to the stage where they're willing to kill one another over the words, they should be put in a nice quiet home in the country with kindly doctors and beautiful nurses and good sedatives. But generally they end up in government mansions and start bombing one another. Or they lead religious crusades for the true faith and kill one another with swords or some such thing.
I've been collecting stories that are told in the Soviet Union by their people among themselves, which reveal they've got a great sense of humor, but they've also got a pretty cynical attitude toward their system. And I told this one, Bill, you'll have to hear it again. I told it in the car. I didn't tell this one to Gorbachev. You know, there's a 10-year delay in the Soviet Union of delivery of an automobile. And only 1 out of 7 families in the Soviet Union own automobiles. There's a 10-year wait. And you go through quite a process when you're ready to buy, and then you put up the money in advance. And this happened to a fellow, and this is their story that they tell, this joke, that this man, he laid down his money, and then the fellow that was in charge said to him, okay, come back in 10 years and get your car. And he said, morning or afternoon? And the fellow behind the counter said, well, 10 years from now, what difference does it make? And he said, well, the plumber's coming in the morning.
A more assertive approach, considering that the new conservative darling is none other than Vladimir Putin. Last year, Pat Buchanan said, Putin's headed straight for the Nobel Peace Prize. He said this. Now, I know it sounds crazy, but to be fair, they give those to just about anybody these days. So it could happen. But it's not just Pat. Rudy Giuliani said, Putin is what you call a leader. Mike Huckabee and Sean Hannity keep talking about his bare chest, which is kind of weird. Look it up. They talk about it a lot.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone. The good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful. life can be free and beautiful.
Dude. What? Take the ride.
I'm going to try out some of this canine.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor.
That, my friend, is a great question.
I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery.
I need that pod scene directly in my skull case.
Boy, I'm high. 917-719-5923. Phone lines are wide open. If you need to talk somebody, if you need, if you want to talk to somebody, you call me. Why would you not want to talk to me?
I'm just wondering if you're saved, brother. Have you saved? Have you saved money? Have you put it away? Do you have a nest egg somewhere that you can go to? If you haven't, you should.
Hey.
Hello.
And if you saved up that nest egg,
Hey.
maybe
Hold on
you're
one second,
saving it
caller.
for Jesus.
I think
And if
I
you
think there's
send it to
a
me,
somebody's trying to
I
sell
will
me a
save it
savings
for
account
Jesus
thing.
for you. You will reach the afterlife, and Jesus will know that
Whoa.
that is your
Please.
money for the afterlife. Praise be to Him.
Okay, caller.
That's cool, man. Somebody's saving up for you in the afterlife.
Hey, you need those after school bucks, right?
Yeah. Have you ever been to a Tibetan funeral?
I've barely left New York City.
Well, I went to one in Queens, actually.
Did they take all your money?
No, but we bought money for the dead and then burned it so they would have it in the afterlife.
Why'd you have to buy it?
Because they were selling it, you know.
You should have just burned the money that you were going to give to them, because they took your money and they let you burn paper.
It's special gold money. It's like,
Oh,
man, thing you got to buy money to. My friend was doing like 80 miles an hour on BQE, and he went off where it was like 60 feet high. And his dad was from China, well, from Tibetan Buddhist, and invited me to the funeral. and I ended up buying money to send him in the afterlife.
I shouldn't be laughing about somebody's funeral from a car crash in the
No,
BQA.
man,
That probably
it
happened.
was, you know, he was a cool cat, and you know, he was a dude named Ben, and he didn't have a lot of friends, and
Hopefully, you didn't
there was
kill anybody with him.
no, they say he was going at a high rate of speed when he ran into like stopped traffic. So
Hopefully, you didn't delay traffic because traffic is.
it's horrible.
I feel bad about a person dying, but if we could get rid of traffic to kill one person, would you kill a person to get rid of traffic? Like if you
I've
had to
always
kill a person
wanted-
you knew to get rid of traffic for everybody, would you do it?
I've always wanted like a one button push. So you push a laser, one time you get to just take out one person in traffic. Free shot, you don't go to hell, nothing. You just get to evaporate that motherfucker that's fucking shit up. So,
But what if you could get rid of traffic for everybody? You just have to kill somebody that's like a person you know that's a friend.
I'd take a hammer right to him. It wouldn't slow me down a minute. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't really care that much. I'd rather have that one friend that's a person. Because how many friends do you have? Caller, do you have a lot of friends?
I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a couple of friends.
Well, imagine you had to choose one of the couple of friends and get rid of them. But for traffic's
Tom,
sake.
he's fucking dead right now. Fuck. Nah, dude, he's a good guy. I love him. Everything, but, you know,
Actually,
fuck
yeah.
him.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah,
I'd
dude.
probably kill one of my I only have one friend. It's probably like my left or my right hand. I'm not too sure. I usually sit on it first. But I'd cut a hand off to get rid of traffic, and I don't even drive.
Have you ever spent 40 minutes trying to get through the fucking Midtown Tunnel?
I've been in traffic, and
Yeah. You've got your grandmother right there. There's nothing to it. It's fuck that. Yeah, I mean, so.
it's kind of cool when Grandma has a wardrobe malfunction, though.
You know, I I actually come from a long line of big-breasted women that have had multiple wardrobe malfunctions, including grandma. You know, it's not the best. It can be embarrassing, especially at the beach. Did you already hang up on me? Yeah. Did you go?
I didn't hang up on you, caller.
Oh,
How dare you say something? I would never hang up on somebody.
Yeah, come on, man. We're boring people. It's just a bunch of sewer filth trying to talk to the right
Caller.
thing. So
Come here.
it's cool.
Come here. Just
Hey, man.
open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your arms.
How'd you know my eyes were closed?
Because I'm watching you. I've got cameras everywhere.
Oh, really? It's somebody got a ring doorbell across the street.
Sure. Listen here. Do you hear it?
Yeah. It's time.
No, caller. I just wanted to tell you that I would never hang up on somebody. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool, man. You're a little
Diane
background.
would. Diane would, but I wouldn't.
Oh, well. She was cool, though. It was fine. I got stuff for you, though, this week, and one of your clips reminded me of some of the stuff. Deja vu. Right?
One of
You
my
ever have
clips
deja
gave you
vu?
deja vu. All my clips were pre-recorded.
No. One of your clips reminded me to talk to you about deja vu, and the deja vu does include you, but it has nothing to do with the clip.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah. So, have you ever had deja vu? Like,
I've
for real?
had. It's better than Dijonnaise.
Well,
It's
that's
scary
not
though. I do
deja
find
vu.
it quite scary, but I love it when I have it. But I
You
have had it.
Are you familiar with what the like a neurologist would tell you. You're like, I'm having deja vu.
They would just say you're remembering a false memory. It's kind of like having a smell
Typically,
that exists, and you're kind of remembering a smell that exists, but it already exists anyway.
or they say you're right in memory as you're experiencing it. So you're experiencing something as a memory that you're writing to memory at the time.
Could also be
in your
like a
brain.
dream where it's kind of like you had a snapshot of an idea or a thought of
Okay,
something.
so that's what happened to me, man. So I've been moving around a bit since this whole COVID thing happened, right? And
You trying to get away from the virus? Is it following you?
no riots destroyed my neighborhood. My house got condemned because of the fires.
Are you serious? Your house was destroyed by COVID riots?
Yeah, yeah, not just mine. A lot of people's.
Do you
Well,
live
there
in
was
Canada
8,000.
or Australia?
Yeah, Philadelphia, man. There was 8,000 fucking troops. You know, there was 700 fires in one day. Like, it was mostly peaceful though. So, but anyhow, who cares? That's not the point of this. Yeah.
I think I've only sort of heard about this. This kind of rings like Philadelphia COVID. Either way, I hope you're okay. Anyway, go on.
Time Magazine put a picture of City Hall on fire. Anyhow, who cares? So, the last 2 years were a major bummer, right? So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hop around it. And I've been haunting some different areas. This week, I had an opportunity to. I was close to a spot where, I had some friends and stuff. It was my birthday, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go visit some old friends. And I was driving around, and there's usually parking lots, but all the parking lots were closed. And I kept doing like a loop around some different blocks, and I'm like, fuck, all the parking lots are closed. And then I started getting kind of like a weird feeling, and a van full of balloons drove past me. It was like a minivan, and there was a giant black clown without his makeup on, but his wig and his nose on. And I was like, oh, that was weird. And I was like, kind of going into the deja vu. And I started freaking out. I'm like, am I having a seizure? What the fuck's going on? So I pull over and I park. And they had just put new parking meters in that I'd never seen. And Mr. Rat was playing on my radio. And you were playing a song I'd never heard. Media. And right as you came on and were saying something about the song, somebody started slapping the top of my roof. And it was actually the guy that I was looking for, but I hadn't even called him yet or anything. I was just kind of in his neighborhood, and I guess he'd seen me driving around. And but like I pulled in, and I was freaking out because it was all like a deja vu, even up until the second of him pounding on the roof. And I was like, kind of weirded me out. But I didn't know if like you ever had like deja vu or anything like that, like where a clown in a van full of balloons just completely out of it, it's just stuff you would never think happened. Hearing a song that you've never heard before, too.
Whoa, I just had some fucking deja vu. That last song was electronic. I had deja vu of the soundtrack that I played tonight. I'm going to just go over all the songs here. Number 1 was Good Ones by Synth Henry. Number 2, because I forget what I said or didn't. I know Servo was on top of it, but we need to say for the podcast people. Song number 1 was Good One, Synth Henry. 2 was Akive with Dimension Art. 3 was When I See You, I'll stab you, Baradine. 4 was Eternal Zeal by Soulless Composer. Number 5 was Extreme Cyberpunk by Alex Productions. 6 was Ragabone Man by B. Retta. 7 was Electronic Message Sunnies. And number 8 is Signs of Life, None Down Here in the Sewer, by Rainsweeper. We'll be back with a little bit more Nick the Rat. But boy, oh boy, is my bladder fat. me talk about board games for a little bit. I've been playing. Wait, what's going on here? Why do I sound weird? Hello, everybody. Talk about some board games a little bit. I played a little bit of Spartacus, the board game. A game by Gale Force 9. Gale Force 9 is like one of my favorite board game manufacturers. I just like them. Spartacus, it was based on the IP, the TV IP where they cut somebody in half. They twained them. That's all I really remember from the show. I know a lot of people liked it. One of the cards in the game is called Jupiter's Cock. It was a fun game. If you have 3 friends that like board games and fucking each other over, highly recommend it. I've tried to fuck a friend over in the game, and it was the first move, and I lost. Everybody teamed up on me. Everybody always teams up on me because I always pull up. As I always wind up going first because I just have really good dice rolls for the. And then we played Deep Sea Adventure, The Crew Deep Sea Adventure, a trick-taking game, very good at 4 to 5 players, 3, 4, or 5. I would say it's pretty good. A trick-taking game. So if you like taking tricks, get The Crew. The Crew's good. For video games, I'm still just playing a lot of Dota 2, Valorant, and The Hunt Showdown. What are we talking about here? This episode is supposed to have a point to it, right? Maybe the show's over. It's been 11, let's see, 10 to 11 to 12. Wait, no, I started at 10. No, I started 11. 11 to 12 is an hour. Deja vu with dreams. Oh, I've definitely one time I had severe deja vu. I had like the hiccups of deja vu. I had the deja vu where I probably mentioned it before. I was at like some house party, and I was predicting what was going to be said and done by people mere seconds before it actually happened. And that's where I met the person that took my virginity. 11, 12, 1, 1:30. It's 2.5 hours. I think we need to get out of here. Did we talk about everything here? We spoke about there's been a lot of news articles where you read it. It's like, oh, what do you see in this here optical illusion? It could really say a lot about you. That's kind of like what science is today. Also, we spoke about Bruce Willis, the homeless in New York City. I think we're good. Okay, let's get out of here. We'll be back next week with more Nick the Rat Radio. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you tune in again at some point. Maybe if you are free. If you don't, that's fine. Because either way, I got a message for you from Soda Boy 64. Whoa. We'll see you soon. Maybe.
day it ends in fright. Oh, fucking
Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions for a project we're working on?
Sure.
So, did you vote in the most recent election?
Hell no. Got less important things to do.
What do you do to earn a living?
You mean work? To hell with the kind of work you have to do to earn a living. All it does is fill the bellies of the pigs who exploit us. Hey, look at me. I'm making it. I may live badly, but at least I don't have to work to do it.
What would it take for you to get a job?
Hey, I'll get a job when I hear the true call.
True call.
You know, the true call. I know when I hear it.
Anything else you want to know?
Yeah, there's something else. To all you workers out there, every single commodity you produce is a piece of your own death.
What was your relationship like with your...
End of interview.
Stop killing animals! Rats have rights! Fly on veggies! Rats have rights!
Whoa.
Hello, caller.
Whoa. Hey man, how you doing?
I'm pretty drunk and in disarray.
Disarray. Are you have you heard anything about that storm that's heading your way?
There's no, not really. I only read about storms that come like a couple hours before it hits.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. They didn't even give us like the indication that there was going to be tornadoes until like 15 minutes before day.
They don't know. The signs for
just-
weather. Weather science is pretty shitty.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they know. I learned about weather today that really pissed me off because they call this thing gravitational wave, which you would think like LIGO or whatever. But it turns out it's something in fluid dynamics, and I was like, you can't use the same name for different things that aren't related at all. But
Well, yeah, well, we do that all the time. Like squeezing the banana.
Spunk.
Spunk. Yeah, it's what they're trying to like quantum. I hate quantum. I'm not a fan of quantum. Quantum doesn't really exist because we don't really know the ins and outs of it. We know like Newtonian
Yeah.
physics because it's very one-to-one. But once we don't know it, we're just guessing. We're like, oh, this is our best
Right.
guess. Our best guess isn't science. It's fucking our best guess.
yeah, I mean, routinely coming the right answer more than 50% of the time is considered good enough.
I
for
would.
science,
I
guess.
want 80% of the time plus, even more than that.
That'd be nice. I do know that all the storms that I've been watching this winter and so far this spring, they've been pretty accurate, like with what time, such and such is going to start, but they can't predict, like exactly how fast the wind will go or how much lightning or whatever. And that's fine. I'm actually impressed with how far weather science has come along since I stopped watching the Weather Channel or whatever. But anyway, yeah. Hey, I haven't been listening to the show because I was doing something else. But you have a topic that I can participate in, or is this open lines?
The topic of the show tonight,
or yesterday, I guess.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Let me bring up the notes. Diane, give me those notes again. We need to restart our minds, and we're going to do it.
Okay.
We're stuck in loops. Our brains are stuck in like a loop, and we keep repeating it. And the sun, we're gonna get freed by the sun, the sun jizz. What is it called? The sunspot explosion.
The CME. Wait? That was today at 5 o'clock time, wasn't it?
I'm not too sure when I know it's coming. There's a big solar flare. There's a big solar flare
The
coming.
coronal mass ejection.
There was the sun ejected all over, and it's gonna hit us.
Oh, right, because it's like 80 billion miles away or 80 million miles away or whatever. Takes a while.
8 minutes or so, probably.
And it's no. That light takes 8 minutes, but does the
why would the coronal explosion take longer than light? It's energy, isn't it? It's not even light.
I have no idea.
It's
Well, I mean, if
like
that's
a radio
the case,
wave.
then it happened today at 5.
So it should have hit at like 5:08 then.
Yes.
Well.
Yes, assuming I didn't misread whatever article I saw. It might be today, Thursday, but I thought it was yesterday, Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
How accurate is the Farmer's Almanac?
You've heard of, I don't want to use the phrase rule of thumb, but
rule of thumb. Oh, also like a foot was the king's foot, right?
Yeah, I had heard that, and they measured horses in hands. I mean, was it my hands or was it your hands? I mean, I'm sure there's a vast difference between a rat's hands. I'm just saying.
I can't.
Hands and feet. When you start framing it as we measured stuff with hands and feet, and then you look at the metric system, you kind of go, "Yeah, we're a little silly."
We are a little silly, but it makes more sense. Like, what's like a? There's 3 feet in a meter, but like to measure something by your foot or your hand is it's easy to do.
Right. And it's fine if
you're normal.
Well, most people if they
if you're not a rat,
outstretch their hands between their fingertip on one side to the fingertip on the other side is how tall they are. So if you know that, you can measure stuff that way. Some people can get really accurate strides, so they can count their strides and measure something out.
Isn't the top of your thumb an inch?
I mean, it depends on the size of your thumb, doesn't it?
Well, hey, if you're stuck in a bind, if you have to MacGyver your way out, also you would know if it's not or not. Actually, let's see. Do I have a ruler? Isn't it weird that we use a ruler? It's a ruler. A ruler is going to tell you how big an inch is.
I might have a micrometer somewhere on my desk.
Do you have a laser?
No, it's just a Harbor Freight piece of crap plastic micrometer. I have a good micrometer, but that's tucked away in a cabinet somewhere.
Caller, do you believe in the Big Bang Theory?
No, not really.
Isn't it weird? like The Big Bang Theory. Did you believe it while you were growing up? Were you like, oh, that's true? The Big Bang Theory is
Not
the science way we got here.
what is the one where the universe explodes and then explodes and contracts? That's not Big Bang, right? Big Bang
that's the
implies that it's the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So no, I've
explosion
always
contract-
felt that why would there be a first time for anything? Really, if you think about it. I mean, the fucking sun, but the Big Bang only happened once. Give me a break.
I could sort of see that being true because most things in my life is only once. But that's a very microscopic look at something. But for everything that I've seen, it's only once. We reuse it in different ways, but it's only going in one direction. I never see anything going in a different direction.
Like what?
I have no evidence that things have reached its peak and came back. Also, why would I want to think that something has reached its peak? Maybe there's different formats for it, continually going.
Well, I mean, you see something that's reached its peak, and it's gone out of culture. You can reappropriate it and do it again, and everyone's like, "This is so fresh and novel."
Like bell bottoms. Yeah, but the thing is, it's still going.
Electing another
forward.
TV personality as president of the United States, for instance.
They're all
Ronald
TV
Reagan.
personalities.
Well, now, but
yeah, before there were radio personalities, then there were newspaper personalities, and then there was word of mouth personalities.
Was there a newspaper man that became president?
Yeah, I'm sure. Why not?
I don't know.
Who was?
Yeah, I mean,
who's like 1876?
Of course it was.
Who is that president?
Horses. People still riding around horses back then.
Well, yeah, that would be a newspaper president.
I'm gonna go with Polk. Was it Polk?
I don't know. Let's see, 1876.
Or Taft. Taft was kind of pudgy, and in the 1800s, I think. 1876 is after Lincoln, but it wasn't his
Ulysses
it wasn't his
S.
vice
Grant.
president. It was the guy. Oh, the general.
He was a military officer who served in the 18th president of the United States.
Yep.
From 69 to 77. Whoa, 69 to 77.
Mm-hmm. It's 8 years, isn't it?
That's more than 10 years. Wait, that's not more than 10 years.
It's 8 years.
8. Okay, so that's 2. Was it always 4 times 2?
The story that I remember, and I can't vouch for the veracity of it, is that originally when Washington was elected president, they wanted him to basically be like an elected king.
Yes,
and he
I
said,
heard
no, I only want to serve 2 terms. And it was kind of a unwritten rule. And it was finally, there was an amendment to the Constitution that limited the president's terms to 2 terms, plus if they had served, like if a vice president takes over, they could actually do 2 point whatever terms, up to almost 3 terms.
Well, you think Biden could do that?
I mean, how old is he? I don't even know. He's got to be older than John, right? JC?
He's probably not.
No way. John is really old. Did you realize that he was 70? Anyway, we're going way off track here from coronal mass ejections.
John is, I think he's 35.
John is 70.
Biden's, how old is Biden? I can tell you how old Biden is because the information on John's not going to be true.
Well, the newsletter said he's 70, born in 52. Biden. I don't have any of those robots in my house that I can talk to.
He's 79. Biden's at almost 80. November 20th, 42. So November, he'll be 80.
So he's 10 years older than...
Yeah, I guess that seems about right. He seems like he's almost 20
His
years
middle
older
name
than
is
John.
Robinette. Robinette. All right, yeah. So I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, the people are living longer and whatever, but I don't see him doing 2 terms. Do you? I mean, do you?
He could be doing. He could do 2.5 terms. Who's going to run against him?
That is a good question, but maybe it'll be one of those situations where they run another Democrat against them. That's happened before, I think, where they were like, "We don't like this president, so we're going to run another person in his party against him because that's how we do it in this country."
You know who's going to be? Will
Do
Smith.
I know who the Democrat?
Will
Hillary
Smith is
Clinton.
going to walk up and smack Biden in the face and become president.
Oh man!
And then he's going to fight the aliens.
The slap heard round the world. Nobody watched the Oscars, right?
I did a little bit. I actually had it on.
Did you?
Yeah, let's see. What did I say? I forget.
No humans watched the Oscars.
There was it was badly mic'd. I remember that from what I saw, it was badly mic'd, and it just looked like it was kind of cheap. It looked like it was a cheap, badly mic'd situation.
Well, you know that there's actually a huge rigmarole in Hollywood. I'm using Hollywood in the general sense. Did you know that the grip union has been in negotiations and everyone's kind of mad at each other right now? So they can't get anyone to build sets and stuff without being a pain in the ass.
The Grip Boys always were they were like
well, Best Boy. Okay, so Best Boy Grip is the mid-level manager of all of the people who build
the sets
and the gaffers, who are the people who make sure that the electricity is wired up correctly and make sure that nobody trips over exposed electrical wires or anything like that. So the grips and the gaffers, they're actually called it's IATSE, which is theater stage something or other. It's it's so old. The union's old. And there's been a lot of problems throughout the past couple of years. So I wouldn't doubt that they kind of just drag their feet. And the Oscar, it's the Academy, right? The Academy was just put it on TV. It's too late to do anything about it. Just put it on TV.
There's different versions.
Bad miking, bad sets.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think. Yeah, it's weird. It's it's Hollywood. They have all the money in the world, and their live broadcast is horrible.
Dude, do you know how much a grip that has been working or a gaffer that has been working for 4 years they have to negotiate for $400 a day.
Well,
so you're
what's
looking
that
at
equal to a year though?
I mean, they don't work year round.
I know, that's why I'm what's their year? I could see a budget within a year. I'm just imagining a fucking a gaffer or one of them. It's gonna 50 to 60K.
Well, it's $40 an hour, so that works out to what, $75,000 a year?
If they're working full
if they
time,
work full time,
which
yeah,
they're not.
I think
so it's probably 50,
right,
60
so,
if they're lucky.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to be skilled and take on a lot of risks. I mean, with, people bringing guns
but
on
50,
sets and
60
stuff.
a year and being skilled and not getting people hurt. Somebody can get really fucked up. Then again, anybody could have the information to not kill somebody with some tape.
No, not really. I mean, you have to know, they got these weird apparatuses that they have special names for, and they know exactly how much counter ballast they need to hold up a specific type of light. And you can't just, I mean, sure, you can read that in the book, but you have to know where to set the screw to balance it, whatever. It's all experience. You can't, and they pay them nothing. I mean, everybody gets paid nothing if you think about it.
Except
what do you
politicians.
Get paid? $60 million a year? Bullshit.
I get $20 million a year. And that's bullshit. But I'm still working on it.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, we just had somebody here working on some wires over here. They had some gaffer's tape. And you know what they did?
They. No, I don't. What do they do?
Oh, fuck. I guess they didn't do a good job with those wires over there. Fuck. Shit.